Good morning, children. Welcome back to mathematics class. Hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, let us start today's class. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 7, coordinate geometry, lecture number 5. And children, the content I am going to cover from NCERT. Fine, students? Children, in my previous lecture, that was lecture number 4, I made you understand the derivation of finding area of a triangle when the coordinates of the vertices of a triangle are given. Fine, students. So the topics which I am going to cover today, they are, first of all, I will make you recall the formula of area of triangle. After that, we will be doing the problems based on area of triangle when the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle are given. Fine, students. And for that, children, I am going to take the problems, or I should say the sums from exercise 7.3. Then, children, after that, I will start HOTS questions from exercise 7.4, that is optional exercise of NCERT. Correct, students? So, children, let us revise the formula to calculate the area of triangle ABC. Fine. In ABC triangle, you know that ABC are basically the vertices of the triangle, and suppose their coordinates are x1, y1 for A, x2, y2 for B, as well as x3, y3 for C. Then how to calculate the area of the triangle? This is half modulus x1 into y2 plus y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2 modulus closed. I told you why did I insert this modulus sign, because if after inserting these very values I will be getting the answer in negative, and I know that area can never ever be negative, so this modulus will make that particular value as the positive one. Fine. So this is the formula. Even children, I made you I told you the way also to learn this formula. What was that? We have to keep the counting starting from 1 up to 3 in our mind. This is 1, 2, 3. Then this is 2, 3, 1. And this is 3, 1, 2. You cannot disturb the sequence. Fine, student. So this was the recall of area of triangle. Now let us do the problems based on it. Children, yesterday I explained you the concept of collinearity also on the basis of area of triangle. Let us recall that also. As the points are collinear, so definitely there will be no triangle formed. So area of triangle must be 0 in that case. Correct, students? Okay. Yesterday I gave you question number 3 to try. If you tried it, now you just check whether you have done it appropriately or not. So this is question number 3 from exercise 7.3. Find the area of triangle whose formula I have just made you recall right now, formed by joining the midpoints of the sides of the triangle whose vertices are 0, minus 1, 2, 1 and 0, 3. Along with it, we will have to find the ratio of this area. Which area? Which is basically made from the midpoint of the sides of a triangle to the area of the given triangle. Fine, students. So hope you may have understood the statement. What we have to do, children, in this question? First of all, we will have to calculate the area of the triangle whose vertices coordinates I will be having. Means the coordinates of the vertices I will be having of this particular triangle, and I have to calculate its area using that formula which I have just made you recall. After that, we will have to join the midpoint of the side of the triangle. Then we will see which figure is going to be formed, and then ultimately we will have to find out the ratio of that area which is basically made from that figure when we join the midpoints of the sides of the triangle and the area of the given triangle. Okay, so let us start. Let A 0, minus 1, B 2, 1 and C 0, 3 be the vertices of the triangle ABC. Let M, N and P be the midpoints of the side AB, BC and CA respectively. Fine, students? Now here is the diagram of this question. ABC is a triangle whose vertices are A, B, C and the coordinates are given. Fine. Now M, N and P, I have just assumed that they are the midpoint of the sides of the triangle. So children, let us recall the formula of midpoint. For example, this is a line segment AB and M is the midpoint of line segment AB. And let the coordinates of A are x1, y1 and the coordinates of B are x2, y2. So can you tell me in which particular ratio this point of division is going to divide this line segment? Correct. This is 1:1. Or I told you, at place of M1 you can put 1, at place of M2 you can insert 1. So ultimately, what is the way? How can we calculate this x, y, which are basically the coordinates of the point M, which is known as midpoint over here? Fine. So it would be x is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y is equal to y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Basically, in section formula, children, I have inserted m1 is equal to 1 and m2 is equal to 1. Fine. So now let us apply the same strategy over here. As M is the midpoint of this line segment AB. So you can either consider points, the coordinate of point A as x1, y1 and the coordinate of point B as x2, y2. So what is the formula actually? This is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2 means 0 plus 2 divided by 2. Look, this is 0 plus 2 divided by 2 minus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. So what I am going to get? This is 2 upon 2. That is because 0 plus 2 will give you 2. 2 upon 2 will give you 1. And this is 1 minus 1, that is 0. 0 upon 2 will give you 0. Fine. In the same manner, children, now we will have to calculate the coordinate of this point N, which is also the midpoint of which line segment? Correct. This is BC. So now I apply 2 plus 0 divided by 2, 1 plus 3 divided by 2. Look, 2 plus 0 divided by 2, 1 plus 3 divided by 2. So this is again 2 upon 2, that is 1, 4 upon 2, that is 2. So these are the coordinates of the midpoint, which is N of the line segment BC. Correct? Now let us switch to the coordinates of the midpoint of AC, which is actually P. Please have a look over here. So now I am going to calculate these coordinates. What I am going to do? 0 plus 0 divided by 2, that would give you 0. 3 plus minus 1, that is 2 divided by 2, that would give you 1. Have a look please. The coordinates of the midpoint of AC, which is P actually, they are 0 plus 0 divided by 2, 3 minus 1 divided by 2, that is 0, 1. Fine. Now children, have a look. What kind of figure is going to be formed while joining all the midpoints of the sides of a triangle? This is again a triangle formed. Have a look. What is the name of the triangle? This is MNP. We have been given in the question that we will have to calculate the ratio of this triangle to ratio of the bigger triangle. So let us calculate the ratio of the area of this triangle to ratio of area of this bigger triangle. So let us calculate the area of this triangle now. This is MNP. Now children, you know the formula of area of triangle. I have just made you recall. In that I require x1, y2, y3, x2, y3, y1. In this way I require the things basically. So I am going to assume let the coordinate of M will be x1, y1, N will be x2, y2 and P will be x3, y3. Fine. Now here is the formula to calculate area of a triangle. So area of triangle MNP is equal to, please recall the formula. This is a half into x1 y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2 modulus beginning as well as closed. Fine. Now I am going to put the values. At place of x1 I have written 1. y2 minus y3 will give what are the values there? 2 minus 1. Let us check. x1 is 1 and y2 is 2 and y3 is 1. So this is 1 into 2 minus 1. In the same manner, children, you have to insert other values also. Plus 1, that is x2 is equal to 1. y3 minus y1, that is 1 minus 0. Plus x3 is 0. y1 minus y2, that is 0 minus 2. Let us check. x3 is 0. Look, x3 is 0. And y1 minus y2. y1 is what? 0. And y2 is 2. So this is 0 minus 2. Have a look. 0 minus 2. Fine. So this is 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 again, because 1 minus 0 will give you 1. Plus 0 into 0 minus 2 will give you minus 2. So whenever we multiply any number by 0, the result is 0 always. So this complete value has become 0. 1 into 1 is 1 plus 1 into 1 is 1. Half is outside with modulus sign. So this is 2. We are getting positive value. So we can just remove the modulus sign. If suppose we will be getting negative value, then again the positive value will come out only. I told you that modulus basically gives us the positive value. Only the numerical value it used to give us irrespective of the sign. So this is 2 upon 2. That is 1 square unit. This is the area of that smaller triangle which is made from the midpoint of the sides of the triangle. Correct, students? As children, we will have to calculate the ratio of the areas of smaller triangle to the bigger one. So definitely we will have to calculate the area of the bigger triangle as well. So this is A. This is given in the question. 0, minus 1, B, 2, 1, C, 0, 3. But I have to assume them, right? So the coordinates of A will be x1, y1, B will be x2, y2, and C will be x3, y3. Fine. Formula you know. I am just going to insert it. This is half into what comes in the beginning? x1, this is 0, into y2 minus y3. What is y2? 1 minus y3 is 3 plus x2. What is x2? 2 into y3 minus y1. y3 is 3 and y1 is minus 1. So minus minus will become plus 1 plus x3. What is x3? 0 into y1 minus y2. This is y1 minus 1 minus y2. y2 is 1. So this is half modulus 0 into, this would give you minus 2 plus 2 into 4 plus 0 into minus 2. Modulus closed. Let us further simplify. This is half modulus 0 multiplied by something will give you 0. Plus 2 4s are 8 plus 0 into minus 2 will give you 0. So now 8 will come out of the modulus sign. It would give you half into 8. That is 4 square units. Fine. Now after calculating the areas, we will have to calculate the ratio. So the required ratio is equal to area of this smaller triangle, which is made from the midpoints, ratio area of the bigger triangle. So what was the ratio of the, what would be the ratio now? This is 1:4. Understood, students? Okay. Now I am going to switch to HOTS questions. Please be alert. They are very, very important and most of the time are asked in the board exam also. So this is HOTS number 1. Determine the ratio. Means you have to calculate ratio. So children, whenever we have to calculate the ratio, which ratio do we assume? Correct. This is K ratio 1. In which the line 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0 divides the line segment joining the points A 2, minus 2 and B 3, 7. Did you understand the question? You have to calculate basically the ratio in which this line which divides the complete line segment joining these 2 points. Have a look to the diagram of this solution of this question. Here is a line segment AB whose coordinates are 2, minus 2 and for B they are 3, 7. This is that particular line which is going to divide this line segment in the ratio K ratio 1. We have to just calculate the value of this ratio. Children, while looking at this diagram, are you thinking something? That basically when this line is going to divide the line segment, means it is going to divide it at some point, and that point is known as a point of division. So which formula is striking in your mind? Correct. It should be section formula. Because using section formula only we can just calculate the coordinate of this point P, which is actually the point of division. So let us start. Let the ratio be K ratio 1. So what was section formula? Suppose here if I write down M1, M2, and here I write down X1, Y1, and here X2, Y2. So let us recall the formula. The coordinate of P I am going to assume as X, Y. So X is equal to M1 into X2 plus M2 into X1 upon M1 plus M2. Fine. In the same manner, Y is equal to M1 into Y2 plus M2 into Y1 upon M1 plus M2. The same strategy, the same formula I am going to apply over here. As I have to calculate the coordinates of point P, but in place of M1 ratio M2 I have taken K ratio 1. So please apply on it. It would be 3K plus 2, because 2 into 1 will give you 2, divided by K plus 1. Here it is written. Then 7K minus 2 into 1, that would give you minus 2 basically. Fine, it would be 7K minus 2 upon K plus 1. Correct? So these are the coordinates of the point of division, that is point P. Now children, just to think one point in your mind. If this line is going to divide this line segment in the ratio K ratio 1, and it is going to divide this line segment at a particular point P, so it means this point P lies on this line. Correct? So what can we say? That the coordinate of point P will definitely satisfy this line. Okay, understood this point? See, as I told you that P point, which is point of division, that lie on this line, which is basically going to divide the line segment. So definitely its coordinate means the coordinate of P. They must satisfy the equation, that is 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. So what does it mean? It means the coordinate of point P, which were actually x comma y, at place of x comma y we can just substitute the value of the coordinate of point P, which we have just calculated in the form of k. What were they? At place of x we got 3k plus 2 upon k plus 1. At place of y we got 7k minus 2 upon k plus 1. Please have a look on the previous sheet once again. Look, these are the coordinates. So this is x and of course this is y. So at place of x I am going to put this value, and at place of y I will be putting this value. Correct? In that equation. So here I have put, this is 2 into, at place of x I have put this value 3k plus 2 upon k plus 1, plus at place of y I am putting 7k minus 2 upon k plus 1. This is minus 4 as it is equal to 0. Let us multiply 2 by 3k, it would be 6k plus 2 2s are 4 upon k plus 1 plus 7k minus 2 upon k plus 1 minus 4 is equal to 0. Let us take k plus 1 as a LCM. When you took it as LCM, so k plus 1 is divided by k plus 1, you will be getting 1. So 1 into 6k plus 4, that is 6k plus 4. Plus, similarly, they are going to be cancelled. This is 7k minus 2. This is 4 upon 1. Okay, when k plus 1 is divided by 1, you will be getting k plus 1. Multiply by minus 4, that is minus 4k minus 4 is equal to 0. Plus 4 and minus 4 are going to be cancelled. This is 4k, sorry, this is 6k plus 7k, that is 13k minus 4k will give you 9k. And minus 2 is equal to 0. So what is the value of k? K is equal to 2 upon 9. Children, do you remember I told you whenever we will be getting the value of k in the form of fraction, how can we write it in the form of ratio? This is k ratio 1, that is 2 upon 9 ratio 1. Either you multiply this complete ratio by 9, or you can go for cross multiplication. You will be getting 2 ratio 9 as the required ratio. Understood? Now here is next question, next horse question. Find the center of the circle passing through the points. Means that circle is passing through these points 6, minus 6, 3, minus 7 and 3, 3. We have to just calculate the coordinate of the center point. So let's see, x comma y be the center of the circle passing through the points. I have assumed them P as 6 comma minus 6, Q 3 comma minus 7 and R 3 comma 3. Fine children. Children, you just tell me one thing. If C is the center point and these 3 points are going to lie on the circumference of the circle, then if I join P with C, Q with C and C with R, will they not become the radii of the circle? Correct? So the same thing I have written over here. That is PC is equal to QC is equal to CR. They all are the radii of the circle. Now when all the 3 expressions are equal means first 2 are also equal. This I am going to show you through diagram also. Don't worry. Look at this figure of a circle. This is C point, which is center point, and P, Q, R. They are lying on the circumference of the circle. So definitely this PC must be equal to CQ must be equal to RC. Okay, because they all are the radii. And 2 radii I have taken, that is PC is equal to QC. So now children, you can easily judge what is this PC. PC is nothing but the distance between 2 points, that is P and C. In the same manner, QC will also be the distance. So let us recall distance formula now. It was x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Fine. So apply on it. You can take either the coordinate of point P as x1, y1, or you can take the coordinate of C point as x2, y2. That depends on you. Fine. So now I am going to apply this distance formula. This is x minus 6 whole square plus y minus 6, that is y plus 6 whole square and whole under root. That must be equal to QC. QC pe we are going to apply now distance formula. This is x minus 3 whole square plus y plus 7 whole square whole under root. Squaring on both sides, this square root is going to be cancelled. So now let us apply identity a minus b whole square. That is x square plus 36 minus 12x plus now apply a plus b whole square. That is y square plus 36 plus 12y is equal to again a minus b whole square, x square plus 9 minus 6x plus again a plus b whole square, y square plus 49 plus 14y. Correct? Now children, because there is equal to sign, so definitely this x square and x square are going to be cancelled. One will be positive, another will be negative. When you are going to take them on one side, y square and y square are also going to be cancelled. So what is left? I am bringing everything on left hand side. This is minus 12x, this is plus 6x, plus 12y, minus 14y. 36 plus 36 will give you plus 72. And this 49 plus 9 will give you 58. Is coming on left hand side will be minus 58 is equal to 0. Let us simplify it. It would give you minus 6x, minus 12x plus 6x, that is minus 6x. Here this is minus 2y and 72 minus 58, that is plus 14 is equal to 0. Take minus 2 as common. You will be getting plus 3x because minus I have taken common along with 2. This is plus y minus 7 is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 1. Fine. Now children, as I took these 2 radii, now I will be taking another 2 radii. That depends on you which one you want to take. I am taking QC and RC. Fine. So this is QC and RC. Let us apply distance formula on them. Please look at the diagram. QC. It would be x minus 3 whole square plus y plus 7 whole square under root. Please have a look. The same I have spoken is equal to. Now find out the distance RC. X minus 3 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square under root, whole under root. These were the distances. Squaring on both sides. Again root is going to be cancelled. So this is x minus 3 whole square plus y plus 7 whole square is equal to x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square. Children, see, if I am going to open this identity, I will be getting x square plus 9 minus 6x. Here also I am opening the same identity. I will be getting x square plus 9 minus 6x. All will be cancelled. Why? because one is written on left hand side, another on right hand side. So instead of opening these identities, I am just going to cancel them out. What is left? Y plus 7 whole square on left hand side is equal to y minus 3 whole square on right hand side. Open a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square. This would give you y square plus 49 plus 14y is equal to y square plus 9 minus 6y. Y square and y square are going to be cancelled again. This minus 6y is coming on right hand side. It would become plus 6y. So that is 20y is equal to 9 minus 49. That is minus 40. So y is equal to minus 40 upon 20. That is minus 2. Put the value of y in equation number 1 because we will have to calculate the coordinate of the center point, which were x and y. So what was equation number 1? Children, here is equation number 1. 3x plus y minus 7 is equal to 0. So I am putting the value of y. This is 3x plus, at place of y I am writing minus 2 minus 7 is equal to 0. It would become 3x minus 9 is equal to 0. So 3x is equal to 9 means x is equal to 3. So thus the center of the circle is x comma y, that is 3 comma minus 2. Understood? So that's it for the day. Children, the homework questions which I gave you yesterday, they were very simple. Fine, hope you all may have done those very questions. Now this is the time to get mathematics homework. And children, one more thing, the questions which I give you to try, those I have covered in my today's lecture. Fine. Now please get mathematics homework. You have to just revise the derivation of the triangle once again. Do question number 5 of exercise 7.3. Question number 2, 5, 6 and 7, 1 to 3 parts of exercise 7.4 in homework notebook along with the classwork questions. Children, let me tell you one thing. In these questions, basically only section formula is applied. Fine. So attempt them very carefully. I have taught you each and every concept which is used in these questions. And in question number 5, children, this question I gave you yesterday to try. That is also very simple question. A very small concept is used in it that you know very well. The concept of median. That median divides a triangle in two equal areas. So you have to just draw a median, calculate the midpoint of that particular line where you are going to draw the median, and then you can easily calculate the area of both the parts of the triangle. Correct? That is very simple question. Hope you will be able to do it. Thank you. Please like the video and do not forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.